Consider this. The federal government is a corporation. Congress is a corporation. The House of Representatives is a corporation. The judicial system is a corporation. The penitentiary system is a corporation. The law enforcement system is a corporation. All businesses are, in a sense, corporations. Your body belongs to a corporation or a set of corporations. Ironically, it also works inversely, where if you become aware that you're worth a lot of money within the corporate system, you can try to take advantage of that and withdraw your money, right? I smoke those sometimes. Since I quit smoking cigarettes, I'm like, I'd rather do one of these than do a whole pack of cigarettes. But I still vape. The medical system is a corporation. The entertainment system is a corporation. The media system is a corporation. The public education system is a corporation. The very city you live in is a corporation, broken down into small segments, which are based on demographics. Every single aspect of a local community has a system of governance that responds to a higher system of governance that eventually responds to the state level of governance, which in turn responds to the federal state of governance, which in part responds to a unified global system or corporation. Okay? Everything responds to one corporation. That is the New World Order. That is the one God system known as Isis-Rael or Israel. That is the system which is led by those that follow the Kabbalah, which is a religion based on the Babylonian Talmud. And one of the aspects of Babylonian Talmud is human sacrifice. Another is that everyone that is not like them is below them, no better than cattle. That is the belief system that tells them to do everything that is worse for society as a whole, that is not part of them. This is truly enslavement on a physical, spiritual, and conscious and unconscious level. For the most part, religion or religious concepts are backwards to lead us on a long search for truth. Because there is meaning in all religious texts. It's just that it's not the meaning that most of us perceive. Most of it is backwards. A system of spiritual enslavement. Everything in the conscious sense, what's represented on TV, is mental enslavement. Conscious mental enslavement. In the physical world, every product in your life is a physical enslavement, because every product, no matter where it comes from, belongs eventually to a corporation. That is what globalism is. The networking of corporations worldwide, controlling the entire world via one system, which is usually represented by a duality, red versus blue, or blue versus red. So like right now it's the US versus the entire world, basically. We are all enslaved. That is a military helicopter. What the fuck? What is this? Missed it. Sorry. So our whole reality is manipulated by corporations. There is no law. There hasn't been law forever. There's only illusions. Illusions built upon illusions upon illusions. Once you start to realize what the illusions are and realize the truth in regards to the topic, you start to break down the control of corporations over you more and more and more. You get to a point where the only place you truly seek inspiration is within yourself, because you know that everything else is just a manipulation of your reality. Even your inside is a manipulated reality, your conscious self, because you think about things that you're told to think about. Like if you watch the news and the name Trump is mentioned, then you start thinking about Trump. If you start to associate his name with a certain action, you start to have an opinion on whether that action is good or bad. Well, the more you're thinking about stuff like that, or your job, or your drama at work, or whatever, the more time you focus on all of that, the less time you focus on yourself, right? In your conscious state of being. Because you're thinking about stuff that is totally irrelevant to you. The only stuff that's relevant to you is the stuff that is directly affecting your life. And what you realize is that the way your life is affected is in a very negative way all the time. No matter where you are, or how you are, or how much money you got or don't got, or your level of education, or your level of living, whether it's a poorer neighborhood or a rich neighborhood or somewhere in between, or crime or no crime, or hunger or no hunger. It's always dualities, right? But you're never taking the time to think about yourself because you're being told to think about everything else. But once you stop doing that, then you start to see yourself for what you are, who you are at the very basic core. All walls broken down, all corporate walls broken down. And you start to realize that, hey, wait a minute. They claim ownership over your physical body because it's seen as a strawman, as a legally dead entity, as property. You start to see that once you remove that, there's still something left. There's just you left. Your very thoughts. Even if the thoughts are the only thing that's real in the first place, right? Or yours to belong with. Because it's who you are, right? Your very thoughts. Once you claim your own thoughts for yourself in all that you do, what can truly manipulate you anymore, you know? How can corporate enslavement on all levels affect you anymore? It doesn't. So you reach a point where you realize, holy shit, whether you're alive or you're dead, it's the same thing, basically. Because in life, you're just a dollar sign. Expected human labor. Enslavement. Once you reach that level and you make peace with it, you really start to question, how can you change things? What can you possibly do to change things? Because you know that no matter what decisions you take in life, no matter how successful or unsuccessful you are, as long as you play the system of control, of corporate control, you're always going to be part of the game. You're not disconnected from the game. You're always part of the game. So what can you possibly do? Well, you start to realize at some point that you don't want to disconnect from the game. You want to play the game, but in a way that no one gets harmed, no one is abused. You want a selfless, egalitarian society, like I do right now, where everyone is equal. There's no judgment passed on no one by no one. There's no human sacrifice. There's no one God worship. There's no system of corporate enslavement over anyone. Everyone just gets to do whatever they want, whenever they want, as long as they peacefully do it amongst their peers. That's all I want. No more frequency control. Only frequency agreement, because everyone is elevated enough consciousness-wise to understand intent. I don't know how I started this video, but I know I want to end it this way. Everything is about free will. Once you realize that the only thing that truly belongs to you, that is you, is your thoughts and your thoughts alone, your consciousness, you realize that it is your conscious decisions that are creating what happens next in your reality. And whether it's good or bad, if your intents are always selfless, with the intent to be equal to everyone else, just have peace and harmony, you know that everything that happens is neither good nor bad, because it's neutrally good. That's what free will is in a person like me.